as we start a Monday, the 20th day of December. Old Santa's ready, I promise you. He is ready. He came from Texas, this Santa did, and he is rocking and rolling this morning. I've got to watch him real closely, though, because he's got a tendency to do this right here. He can shake a tail feather, I promise you. Merry Christmas from the staff and management of Troy Cablevision today as we get ready for old Santa. He heads this way, heads by way of Wiley Sanders truck lines. We're giving away wonderful... Bill Rice just came in. I think he came in his underwear, I'm not sure. But we got Santa going real strong, and we're having a lot of fun already this morning with these Santa Clauses. And one more look at another Santa Claus.
Where do you get these Santas?
Well, they just happen to be in the neighborhood, and here he goes. And here comes Mike Amos in from Great Beach.
Good morning.
Old Santa and his buddy.
Uh-oh. I think I messed up. Call back. I hit hold first before I should have just hit the line. Well, how was your weekend?
Real good, and of course, getting ready for Santa Claus, and had a nice weekend. How about you?
Had a nice weekend. All right, do this right. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Go Blazers.
Yeah, that's right. UAB.
They sure. I missed that one.
I tell you, you're talking about physically manhandling, really, I mean, a ranked number 13 team in the country in BYU. I mean, I know BYU didn't play their quarterback, which was
why did they play the quarterback, Mike?
Well, it's just one of those freaky bowl things. You don't ever know before a game. They said he had an ankle injury in the last game and wasn't able to play. And of course, he's a great runner.
Yeah.
He's a great passer of the ball, but you lead a team to be 10-2, and game time decision not to play him.
It made a big difference.
UAB was kind of like that when Troy beat LSU. I mean, UAB was just a more physical team.
I know UAB really has built a program in a short time. In fact, it's going to get better and better with the new stadium.
Well, maybe. I think as long as Bill Clark stays there, they should have a good football team. But I think once Bill Clark's gone, they're going to revert to very bad, and that stadium will be largely empty.
Of course, we won't.
Also a huge win by Troy women's basketball program. Shanda Rigby takes their Lady Trojans to start with Mississippi to play in a tournament, and beat Mississippi State in Starkville, a team they played in the NCAA tournament about 3 or 4 years ago, and Mississippi State beat them by 50.
Yeah.
So it just tells you what kind of program Troy has in women's basketball now, going on the road. Then they beat South Carolina State yesterday in the tournament by about 45. They played Jackson State today. If they beat Jackson State today, they win the Mississippi State tournament.
Yeah.
Awesome. Go Lady Trojans.
That would be wonderful, no question about
Beating
it.
the SEC team, that's big time news.
And of course, we got a lot of local news to tell you. First of all, we want to congratulate Kelly Sanders and her great program that she started with Turkeys from Heaven. And Mike, they were moving a little bit slow, getting all their funds in to, to make this thing happen. And the Kappa Delta sorority of Troy University came through and gave them a check for $10,000. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh!
And that's great. I know my sister Rebecca Amos was a KD at Troy. They were always good sorority when I was in college.
Alpha Gamma, Mike. No, we're not talking about KDs. We're talking about Alpha Gamma Delta.
Oh, you said Alpha Gamma Delta? I thought you said KD.
Yeah, no, I said Alpha Gamma Delta. Donated $10,000 to the occasion, and I know Kelly, who does a tremendous job of putting this on every year, has really gotten excited over that contribution. And of course, a lot of people will be working with this Turkeys from Heaven, and I want you to write this down now. Get this information down, Rice. You might want to do this. Mm-hmm. Those who would like to volunteer to assist the boxing of the meals and the distribution are invited to come to the Pike County Cattlemen's Park beginning at 9 a.m. on Thursday, December the 22nd. And as Sanders said, be the hands and the feet of Jesus at Christmas time this year. And it's a wonderful program that she started. And of course, again, on the be at Cattlemen's Park. You know where that is? Mm-hmm. Big Cattlemen's Park on south of Troy at 9 o'clock Thursday, and get ready to. And I love this as she said it. Sanders said, "Be the hands and the feet of Jesus at Christmas time this year."
Well, she's right. Well, God bless her and the Alpha Gams. What a great gesture! $10,000. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, no question about it. My Santas continue to want to dance. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I shut them down this time. But
we also have breaking news: the great Auburn quarterback Bo Nix has joined to Oregon.
Oregon, man,
who would have ever thought that?
Do you think his daddy might have got a job out there, or what? What do you think?
Well, no, Kenny Dillingham, who was the offense coordinator at Florida State, left Florida State to take the Oregon job, but he also was his offense coordinator at Auburn. And apparently, Nix really loves Kenny Dillingham when he was his coach his freshman year. Of course, his freshman year at Auburn, Nix beat Alabama. I think probably had his best year as a freshman. So he's followed his former coach all the way out to Oregon. Of course, his parents might have a hard time going to all those games, I would imagine.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. It's a tremendous opportunity for him to go out west and show his stuff and be a running type quarterback, a quarterback that you don't know what's going to happen when he gets behind that center. And I'm proud of him. You know, I hate to see, for some reason, I think he's lost some of his hype, but there's no reason to be. I felt like he did well this year, especially in big games like LSU. He looked like an All-American against LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he played pretty good against Ole Miss as well.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't put up great numbers, though. He only threw for 11 touchdowns all year. Of course, he was injured the last, I guess, 2 or 3 games. But it'll be interesting to see what Auburn does. I guess right now C.J. Finley's their quarterback, but I would imagine there'll be tremendous competition. I won't be surprised they got a kid out of the transfer portal as well to come in and fight for that job.
No question about it. And let me tell you where I'd go. I would go to Valdosta State and get that quarterback. Did you see him any Saturday?
Well, Valdosta State got beat by Fair State. They got blown out.
Well, let me ask this now. I saw him playing. I saw him playing, and the team they were playing against was called the Mines.
Yeah, you know, I saw that too. It turned out that was a game that had already been played. They actually played that night against Fair State.
Oh, okay. And Alpha, and you tell me now that they got beat.
Yeah, Fair State won the national championship Division II. Actually, after the game, Valdosta State's coach left and took the McNeese State job.
He's now the
McNeese. So Valdosta State is runner-up in Division II?
Yeah.
Boy, they really have got a great program down there. And why on earth have they refused to go from Division II to Division I AA or to the Division 1A? What's the deal there?
Yeah, Valdosta State finished 12-2. They got beat by Fair State 58-17 and winning the game.
Boy, that team with that Fair State's really good. Where are they from? Michigan?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
I think
congratulations to Western Kentucky's quarterback too. As they destroyed App State. Their quarterback set the NCAA record for passing yards in a game. I know passing yards for a season and touchdowns for a season broke Joe Burrow's record. I tell you
sounds like you might be right there, Michael. I had no idea that Western Kentucky was this juggernaut. But man, they spanked Appalachian State.
I mean, and you know that's a team that beat Troy 45-7 this year.
I know it.
Zappy is the Western Kentucky quarterback. Bailey Zappy is the guy that broke all these records.
I hope he doesn't come back. Is he a senior?
I don't know. I got to find out. Yeah, he was a senior. Thank goodness.
Well, I switched over and watched some of it, and he had like 360 yards in the first half. I said, my gosh, he's going to throw for 800 yards in this ball game.
Is he strictly I'm sure I'm repeating what you said, but is he a drop back passer all the way, or did he run it?
Just he runs the spread, just like all these other spread teams. He finished the season with 5,967 yards,
oh boy,
62 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions.
Oh gosh,
those are ungodly numbers.
That is. That's no question about it.
Did Louisiana win? Did Louisiana win?
Lafayette came off the map. They were down in the fourth quarter, scored 3 touchdowns, and made a lot of people happy.
What was that final score, Mike?
Beat Marshall 36-21.
Isn't that amazing? And those two teams are in our conference. So Marshall was pretty impressive.
Yeah, Marshall had a great running back, rushed for about 180 yards, but Lafayette shut him down late in the fourth quarter, scored 2 late touchdowns. But that was Lafayette coach's first game. You know, the offensive coordinator got the head coaching job. So congratulations, Louisiana Lafayette. They went 13-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the Sun Belt, I guess, went 2-3. Coastal Carolina won, Lafayette won, and Appalachian State got beat.
And the only game they lost.
Coach Carolina went at the goal line too. They won on Lafayette and stopping Northern Illinois.
They did that a lot this year, didn't they?
Yep, barely won.
I'll say this: Louisiana Lafayette ends the season 13-1. They lost their first game of the year. What is that I hear? Chirping?
That's your pen, silly.
That's my pen chirping?
Yeah, your pen, you were right.
Oh, I know. Well,
this is making that envelope.
I can't understand it.
Recap the game so far. Middle Tennessee State, also out of Conference USA, had a big win. Beat Toledo 31-24. Coastal Carolina won 47-41. Western Kentucky won 59-38 over App State. No surprise here, Fresno State beat UTEP 31-24. UAB Blazers won for the state of Alabama. They won for Birmingham 31-28 over BYU. No surprise here either. Liberty dominated Eastern Michigan 56-20. And then a big win here. Oregon State fell to Utah State. Great job by Blake Anderson. As Utah State beat Oregon State 24-13. What a great year. They lost their starting quarterback. Third-string quarterback yet led Utah State, and they still won.
I picked it on the picking shows.
Bonner didn't play?
No, he didn't play.
God, I would have never thought that they would have beat them. This guy can really coach, can't he?
Well, did you listen to me on Thursday? We picked the winners on the show, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Who did I pick?
I got it right over here. It tells me exactly who you picked. There it is right there.
How about they made this comment during the game? I think they had 11 of their starters were in the transfer portal, but 44 new players on Utah State's roster from the year before.
So they went out and just recruited new players. They were not limited.
That tells you how quick you can turn it around, man.
Yeah, I know it. He's a good coach.
Well, I got that one.
Well, I heard something. Don't you hear this now? And I asked somebody, I said, what's the over-under on that? You know what he told me?
What?
67. And how many total points was it? About 40 or what?
Yeah, 24-13.
So I found out what the over-under was, 67, and they easily won that for you. No question.
Well, I was sad to see that the Patriots got beat, and Mac Jones' 7-game winning streak is over.
And man, hey, he played well late in the game, but early in the game, he threw two
I saw
interceptions.
that. I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
They said he had an injured thumb. I didn't think he was going to play.
Well, again, he's having a good year, and I'm sure he'll bounce back. No question about it. Now,
Yeah, amazing game last night was the Tampa Bay losing at home 9-0 to the Saints.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I wish I had under in that game.
Oh yeah, 9-0. That's right.
Tampa Bay scores on everybody in the league. I think they averaged 33 points.
They were the highest scoring team in the league.
They got shut out. Go figure.
And I watched a little of that game, and I tell you, it wasn't even close. I want to mention again, of course, we're talking about Kelly Sanders and her great program, Turkeys from Heaven. Got a huge lift this weekend with a check from the Alpha Gamma Delta sorority at Troy University for $10,000. And, of course, a great support of the program. Something I wanted you to realize, on December 22nd, the Turkeys from Heaven will feed 400 families in Pike County and surrounding counties and communities. This program operates 100% on volunteers and donations, Sanders said. And, of course, if you'd like to donate to this cause, you can write a check to Turkeys from Heaven and drop it by the Cattlemen's Association at least by the 22nd. And it'd be a good way to give to the program, and super. Now, of course, it is Monday, and my good buddy from the Sanders truck line will be
Coming in at 8:15.
coming by to see us today, and their program is Wiley Sanders Truck Line will hold its annual toy drive on December the 20th. Drivers will be donating bikes to the cause and are asking the community to help bring a Merry Christmas to children in need. And
That's today.
Yeah, that's right. On Thursday, Troy University, Sanders led and Wiley Sanders truck lines made special deliveries to the Wiley Sanders truck line trailer located next to Troy Bank and Trust Company on Highway 231. So while we don't want used bikes. We want new bikes and new toys, and drop them by the big trailer on right next to Troy Bank and Trust Company on Highway 231.
The main branch of Troy Bank and Trust.
That's right, the main branch. And again, that's another great contribution to the community from Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. And of course, Toys from Heaven is strictly a program set up and started by Kelly Sanders several years ago. And it's a super program where, like I mentioned just a moment ago, they feed 400 families with their donations.
Well, they need to take those 2 bikes over there on the set.
I know it. Yeah.
Over there, they will.
And we're one of the drop-off places. Other drop-off places including Troy Cablevision, Troy Bank and Trust Company, Trojan Detail, and Voltage Dance Academy. And that's the places that you can drop off these new bicycles to be given away to children across the county.
And thank you for everybody who supports this program.
And again, this program, and it stays within the county too.
Yes.
And it's
local
a great
kids.
program. Yeah.
Also, going to mention Troy basketball went over the weekend. They're now 8-4. They beat Arkansas Baptist, who's I guess an NAIA program.
I went to that game, and I tell you what, it was a lot closer than it looked. That team was a pretty good team, well-coached team.
Troy was up about 28 a half and kind of didn't play a lot of starters. It didn't look like, I don't know what's going on with that. But
well, I know this. They told me.
COVID is rampant throughout college basketball right now.
All right, well, let me tell you this. I was sitting behind the bench and with my friends from Luverne, and talking to them as the game started. And then about halfway after the game started, somebody told me that one of their guys was at home, and I said what was wrong with him, and they said he had the virus. So I got out of there. I moved on down, moved my seat on down a little ways.
Well, Alabama's having to deal with it as well. They had a big game at the new BJCC Arena in Birmingham that's been renovated. They were supposed to play Colorado State, who was ranked. But Colorado State has COVID issues, so COVID forced Colorado State not to play the game on Tuesday night. Birmingham. Alabama's now going to play Davidson College, which of course is known for the great Steph Curry. But Davidson's ranked in the top 50, so they'll replace Colorado State.
Well, Jacksonville State almost beat them.
I know it.
They struggled with Jack State.
Jack State.
Whoop, Jack State. Everybody's talking about Jack State this and Jack State that.
We watched Jack State play Troy.
A former Troy player scored 20 against Alabama, and Alabama pretty much had to win not at the buzzer, but wins by 6. Jack State cut it to 4 with about, I think, 30 seconds left.
Their best player is a transfer from Troy. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt.
And a good player, and I miss him. You could tell when he was in Troy a few weeks ago. Troy beat him in 3 overtimes, but I think he still has a place in his heart for Troy because he hung around after the game and met with almost the entire team.
Yeah, that game got a lot of national exposure. That game, Scott Van Pelt, the top announcer for ESPN, and this guy named Stanford Steve do bad beats. What bad beats means is betting losses that are just hard to believe, like, just ridiculous that a team scored late or some crazy thing happened, and, that's kind of what it's about, like out in Vegas. But Van Pelt does a show, and his last segment was the Troy-Jacksonville State game because of the over-under was 133.
Oh.
And they showed highlights of all that game in regulation, the first overtime, the second overtime, the third overtime.
And this was Van Pelt.
Ended up going over in the third overtime, past the 133. But the only reason it went over is because with like 0.3 seconds left, Troy had the game won. They fouled Zay Williams, Troy's big guy. He went to the line and made 2 meaningless free throws.
Yeah.
And that's what put it over. They showed numerous highlights of that game.
Oh, really? I would like to have seen that. Yeah.
It was a great basketball game, and so I was not terribly surprised that Alabama had a rough time with Jack State. Now, I'm going to say this. After Alabama gets blown out by Memphis and has to barely beat Jack State, I'm now saying that Alabama's basketball team is not as good as we thought it might be. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, Auburn I think, is a better team, actually, with Kessler, the North Carolina transfer, and Auburn's playing great basketball. Just went on the road and won at St. Louis, which is a tough place to play. I mean, Pearl's got a great team at Auburn.
Yep. Sonny Smith told us on this show right here that Auburn had a really good basketball team, athletic team, and good inside and outside. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Auburn is the best team in the state of Alabama.
Well, it's still not heard much of Troy's program as far as hiring new coaches. I don't know if John Summerall has announced or not, but he is coaching Kentucky in the bowl game.
Yeah. And I have heard that by rule they're having to keep that low while these coaches are working the bowl games.
So I imagine Coach Summerall is still trying to put together staff and get Kentucky ready to play. I think they're playing Iowa in a New Year's Day bowl game.
Yeah. And then somebody told me he was on Feinbaum the other day and did real well. Did you hear that?
I heard he was on there. I missed it.
Yeah, they've got clips of it. I've seen a few clips of it.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing a few clips of it.
That's the first time. Well, there's not many times that the Troy coach has been on Feinbaum. Neil Brown might have been on it once or twice.
Yeah. Troy Bank and Trust Company has Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Troy Bank and Trust Company. And, of course, be sure to look for the Athletes of the Week in the Wednesday paper and online at troymessenger.com /athletics. And at the same time, our other sponsor, Piggly Wiggly, nominate your favorite Pike County teacher. Tell us why he or she should win, and this will be Teacher of the Month.
I saw that several Pike Liberal Arts football players made first team All-State. Michael might be able to look that up.
Well, not yet, but I was looking also. My good friend, guy I grew up with, Floyd Ledbetter, he died. He was living in Atlanta, and our prayers and our thoughts with his. And Mike, one of my all-time great buddies, the coach, Mike, is dead. And
Coach.
yeah, Dake Davis. Dake Davis, my good friend, died this past weekend, and we'll find out more about the arrangements. But Dake Davis was Mike, the guy that you always call him Coach.
Coach Bowden.
That's right. Because he used to dress up. You remember that? How he used to dress up like Coach Bowden.
Yeah, I hate that. I knew Dake. I hate to hear that news. That's thoughts and prayers go out to that family.
And a great family, and Herbie and Becca, our prayers go out to you. And they've had a tough time. And of course, your cousins. Of course, Herbie Davis, one of my longtime friends, and great family. And
Tick just passed away as well.
Tick, one of Troy Cable's greatest employees ever, also lost his life this past weekend through illness. And again, our prayers and our thoughts go out to the Davis family. And of course, William, a good friend, William Davis, was
The big brother.
Yeah, Dake's uncle, and
uncle.
And of course, again, our hearts are broken because of Dake. Dake Davis was quite a individual. They said that he could do more with bringing trucks to the truck line than anybody.
Really?
Yeah, he was very good at what he did.
Well.
And of course, was friends with so many people, loved to play golf, and he was a great sportsman. And of course, we're going to miss him.
Well, I'm sorry, Michael. Did you? He was a sportsman. He would have loved watching the father-son or father-child golf tournament on TV this weekend. Did you watch much of it?
Yeah, I watched almost all of it. First day, Tiger. Other than the fact he's on a cart, it looked like he could go back and play on the PGA Tour. Some of the shots he's making. His son Charlie, to be 12 years old, was phenomenal as well. Great short game, great putter, and long off the tee. He probably only weighs 100 pounds. I was impressed by it all. John Daly.
How old is that kid, Mike? Do you know?
12.
John Daly and his son, John the second. Daly's son's a freshman at Arkansas on the Arkansas golf team.
And they won.
They won the tournament. Yeah, they were 15 under yesterday. Tiger was 15 under yesterday too with son Charlie. But great to watch all these kids play with their dads. And Tiger, man, I tell you what, he was hitting 320 off the tee.
The only problem that
I know he said physically he can't walk a course yet, though.
See, and that's what I'm going to say. What do you do when it comes down to him? You want Tiger to play, but he can't walk. He's going to have to go in a cart. Do you think they'll give him any special?
Tiger already said he refuses to play with a cart on a PGA Tour event. He said he's not going to play.
Well, that's a great gesture he made because that's exactly what he'll have to do for a little ways until he can get back in shape.
Tiger is looking like an NFL linebacker there, right? You see how big his upper body is? My God, he is pumping some weight.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that, but you're right.
He is huge. He's bigger than he's ever been.
Well, in a way, though, Mike, he might just be overweight for having to sit around all the time.
No, but he doesn't look fat.
No, that was his lower body. He couldn't do anything with his legs. His upper body definitely been lifting weight.
Well, I'll tell you this Charlie Woods, the 12-year-old, if he doesn't mess up and have emotional issues or like some child actors do, this kid is going to be a star. I mean, you can already tell he's going to be not only a pro golfer, but a good one, right? I mean...
Well, you would think that he would have a chance. I mean, the way he looks already at a young age. I was impressed, though, with a lot of these I mean, like Stuart Sink's son was pretty good. David Duvall's son was pretty good. B.J. Sting's son was good. Nick Faldo's son was good. There was a lot of sons that were good.
Stinson.
Stinson's son, yeah, was good.
He's about the same age as Charlie. He's 11 or 12. Some of these kids are tiny, but they can, they can hit a golf ball.
But now you
putt it and seem to have no nerves whatsoever.
Yeah. Of course, this is
a beautiful, beautiful course down there in Orlando. I really enjoyed watching that. Justin Thomas won it last year with his dad, but his dad had back injuries. His dad's an old club pro, and I think normally they probably would have won it if he could contribute at all. They finished third.
Now let me ask you, Daly's son is a freshman at Arkansas, playing where his daddy played. They paid these people, right? I mean, can little Daly Jr.
I wondered his amateur status. I imagine Daly pocketed all the money himself because they won $100,000.
Oh, but you don't know if the son can be pocketed. It has to go to the dad. I'm sure the dad just.
And I bet.
I would think so. I would think that would make him a pro if he took money.
Well, I can remember like one Alabama golfer one time won some hole-in-one competition, and
yeah, it was Jason Bone.
Yeah, I
got like $1 million or something, but to take the money, he had to give up his amateur career. Well, he gave up his amateur career.
Yeah, I would too.
Yep.
I want to mention one thing. Bailey Bennett and Hannah Henner present Kelly with the check, but there they are right there.
That's a great picture.
Those girls are just wonderful representatives from their sorority.
You said, what did I do yesterday? I saved the world on the internet, but my mom and, not my mom, my wife and her children, our children, Maggie and Jack, went to the square, and they had a big Christmas event on the square.
And I missed it.
There was a lot of arts and crafts, and the kids came back with their faces painted.
And this was for anybody.
And they made Christmas ornaments that were on our trees. I don't know what all went on down there, but they were there for about 3 hours. So Leanne, I think at the City of Troy, helped put that on. Maybe Dana at the Chamber. Whoever put it on, good job.
There's a picture of Bailey and Hannah giving Kelly Kelly Sanders the check for $10,000 to help that cause. They're still raising money now. You need to write a check and send it to the this program, and of course it's called
Turkeys from Heaven.
Turkeys from Heaven, and I would think that would be who you would make the check out to.
And I bet that's tax deductible.
And no question about it. And again, I'm going to mention this again. On December the 22nd, now that will be on a Thursday, is that right?
Wednesday.
Wait a minute, is it Wednesday or Thursday?
And today the 20th, and today is Monday, so that was...
The 23rd is going to be Thursday.
Thursday.
23rd, okay, that's
all right,
Thursday.
So on December 22nd, that's a Thursday, Turkeys from Heaven will feed 400 families in Pike County and surrounding communities. This program operates 100% on volunteers and donations.
Not Thursday, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
All right, what, the 22nd falls on a Wednesday?
Wednesday, correct.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Thursday night is Central Florida game.
Okay. Those who would like to volunteer to assist with the boxing of the meals and distribution are invited to come to Pike County Cattlemen's Park and begin at 9 a.m. on Thursday. And this is on Wednesday. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, look,
Everybody can bring their grills Tuesday.
Yeah.
Set up, and then we'll start early. I'll be there about 4.
All right, now what I'm reading.
Yeah. What are they doing? Smoking these turkeys?
So what I'm reading in the paper is wrong then.
Could be.
It says beginning 9 a.m. on Thursday, December the 22nd, and as Sanders said, be the hands and the feet of Jesus at Christmas time
It's the
this year.
22nd every year.
Okay, I mean I agree with you, but let's make sure we got the day right.
I'm cooking.
Let's
I
call Bobby Rice and tell him we made a mistake, right?
Well, it happens.
Well, I don't know if it's right. When do they distribute? You cook
Well, I know
one
that
day.
today is the 20th, tomorrow is the 21st, and Wednesday.
Cooking Wednesday morning.
All right.
And deliver the turkeys Wednesday afternoon.
All right, okay. So that's the way it
How
works.
do you go out about getting one of these turkeys out in the audience? If you need a turkey, how do you reach out? Has all that already been done, or can you still get somebody a turkey if they need a turkey?
These turkeys are going out to underprivileged
I know, that's
people.
what I'm saying. Though. I mean,
They're
if you
doing
know somebody that
450
needs a turkey
this
or would
year,
like a
that's
turkey,
it.
450?
get 'em.
450 this year.
All right, they're going to do 450 turkeys.
Last year we did almost 600.
And
Yeah, I remember the great days.
Well,
when,
they cost more
you,
now, too.
Do your turkey. Remember when you used to do your turkey caller day and give away turkeys?
oh yeah, well we used to, but I don't
Well,
know.
there are welfare agencies that identify the people who, to answer your question, who identify
right.
who gets the meals. So I don't know what welfare agency it is, but there's somebody that says, yes, these are the people that get a turkey.
Yeah, you're right. These dates are mixed up because the Thursday is the 23rd. Isn't that right?
Yes, today's the 20th.
The day before Christmas Eve.
Due to transfers and opt-out, Auburn could do about 8 starters for their bowl game against Houston. Does anybody want to change their picks?
Oh boy,
Man, I tell you, these bets are just a crapshoot, aren't they? With all these opt-outs and injuries, you don't know. Like I might have picked UAB if I knew that dang BYU's quarterback wasn't going to play.
No question about it.
Yeah, that's one of those right at the pick. You're just like on the phone, just trying to get up to your man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Pick up.
Now, you look at old Nix, of course he's transferring to Oregon.
That's a long way to
I want
go.
you to hear this, though. Nix has 7,251 yards passing yardage, 39 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions with 859 yards rushing and 18 more scores. If that is not impressive, what is?
Well, isn't he going to get homesick out there?
We're talking about 60 touchdowns.
Michael, you've been out there. Aren't the people in Oregon different than the people in Alabama? They act different.
Well, I mean, the stadium only holds about 60,000 out in the stadium. Yeah, I mean, it's a different. I mean, it's definitely not a conservative environment. It's extremely liberal state. He's, extremely religious too, in its faith. But I don't know. I guess he just really likes that offensive coordinator a lot that he played for before.
But isn't that impressive stats?
He might only play 1 year. If he has a great year, he can go to the NFL draft.
Those figures makes him the third all-time in career passing yardage at Auburn, and he would have how many years would he have left? 1 or 2?
He's got 2 years because of the COVID year.
Oh boy, I tell you what, he would have shattered. He would have shattered all the Auburn records.
Well, it makes you realize he was going to Florida State, and then Kenny Dillingham left Florida State to take the Oregon offensive coordinator job.
Yeah.
And Oregon hired Dan Lanning, the Georgia defense coordinator.
Yeah.
So obviously,
He would have been a good pick for Florida State. He might. I hate to see him go to Oregon.
Alabama signed a 5-star kicker over the weekend. I guess maybe Thursday night, Friday. Upton Belafont, a 5-star kicker punter that's committed to the Crimson Tide. He's from somewhere in Tennessee. So Alabama got a kicker in this signing class. He's from Stewart's Creek, Tennessee. Apparently has a super strong leg. Made 16 of 20 field goals last year. That's a lot for high school football.
I tell you what.
He's an oddity though. He kicks and punts. I wonder if he'll do both in college. That's hard to do.
Of course, course, Alabama has finally got the kicker they've been waiting for years with Reichert. He's done such a great job.
Oh, he's done a great job. He really has.
He kicked at Hoover. Also mentioned over the weekend, or I guess maybe Thursday, Chip Lindsey, the former Troy coach, is now the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach at Florida Atlantic.
And I'm proud for him.
Brandon Hall, the former Troy defense coordinator, is now the safeties coach at Oklahoma. He got a big raise. Now coaching Oklahoma with Brent Venables. So still waiting to see what's going to happen with the rest of Troy's coaching staff and see where some of these other guys are going to land.
Like, what position is he going to be coaching?
Brandon Hall's going to be the safeties coach at Oklahoma.
Yeah, okay. Because I see here where Auburn got a junior college player committed to Auburn over Tennessee, Missouri and Tennessee, 6'6" and weighs 305 pounds. I know where he's going to be playing.
A monster.
Yeah, he'll
I
be playing
read
over
where
center
Auburn got the
probably.
#1 rated junior college player in America.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you.
Done really well in recruiting.
I'm going to tell you, that's a pretty good guy right there. He can play right away.
Happy though, because Brent Bensel, our cousin, the high school football relations, he's the guy that has all these relationships and helps with recruiting. So he did a good job.
I've told everybody Brent Bedsoe could be anybody's recruiting coordinator. He's an excellent. He works real well with those players.
Tua Tagovailoa is now won 6 straight, right? The Dolphins are now 7-7. He did play a great game, threw 2 touchdowns, threw 2 interceptions, but Miami's starting to play pretty well.
They wrote off Miami and Tua too soon. Tua's a competitor too. I mean, he's got great talent, but he's a competitor. Good. That's good.
Of course, we have bowl games today. We have new Sun Belt member Old Dominion against Tulsa today, Dad, at 1:30.
Yeah. Ole Miss against Tulsa.
Old Dominion against Tulsa.
Old Dominion against Tulsa.
Johnny Williams' bowl game today. Johnny Williams' Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's up there.
Conway, South Carolina, where Coastal Carolina plays, is where the bowl game will be.
Have you seen the attendance at most of these bowl games? It's just they're playing almost in empty stadiums. I used to get embarrassed or worry about, say, like when Troy had a game on TV. I say, oh, I hope the crowd looks okay on TV, or Johnny's bowl game, or the Blue-Gray game. But I don't even care anymore because all the stadiums are pretty much empty. People aren't going to these bowl games and spending that money.
I feel like Florida and UCF would be a sellout, though. I feel like every Central Florida fan, they have 60,000 students.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, there'll be a couple of exceptions. Surely Auburn fans can fill a 47,000-seat stadium in Birmingham. If they can,
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of fans that probably, golly, Auburn got a chance to lose 5 straight to finish the season. Now they got all these opt-outs. Some of their better players not playing. I mean, man, I don't know. If I was an Auburn fan, I don't know if I'd want to go to that game.
Yeah.
it's still your team. They're still wearing that Auburn jersey. But you're right. And also it's on a Tuesday morning or something, weird time.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where Houston, I would imagine, they're going to be fired up to play the game. They're going to probably not have any opt-outs. I don't know what kind of traveling, though. I don't know if Houston travels much with their fan base, but they might bring 5,000 people.
I just don't think many fans. I mean, with inflation the way it is, and the economy the way it is, and Christmas coming up, you got to be really, really rich to say, yeah, let's all pile in and fly and go spend 4 nights in this city at a bowl game.
But a lot of them, a lot of Auburn fans, if I'm not wrong, will use this as being their Christmas present. they get to go to this game,
To go to Birmingham?
Auburn alumni base, they probably have 50,000, 75,000 former grads in Birmingham area.
Yeah.
More than that.
And want to mention something before I lose my concentration about this. Charles Henderson High of Troy has got a real good basketball team. They're ranked third in the state going into last night's 76-74 victory over Dothan. And in this game, Mike, they had 5 players to score in double figures, led by this guy I've been talking about, Akevich. Rice got to help me with this. Akevich Shorts is his name. He had 19 points, and Jawan Boyd had 16. You know, he's that great football player, Mike Rice.
He had 16?
Jaden Spearman had 13. Cody Youngblood had 12. And Tay Knotts had 11, and he also had 12 rebounds and 4 blocked shots.
Yeah,
he's that
the
big, tall guy.
He's the big 6'7" guy.
But I tell you what, Charles Henderson got another great basketball
Well, I'll
team.
tell you, Coach Faison is playing all comers in basketball. He has gone to Mountain Brook. I mean, all these big schools all over Alabama, and he's lost a couple of games, competitive games. But he made a point of playing really, really good teams, and they're still winning and ranked number 3 in the state. So let's all start following Charles Henderson basketball and Coach Faison. And Pike Liberal Arts, I haven't heard anything about them.
I think they've got sort of.
They're probably undefeated.
But you know who their star player is a junior, and he's
Coach Carlson's son.
That's right, and he got 19 the other night.
They're loaded.
Charles Henderson lost to Park Carlson in Penson Valley to start the season. Park Carlson 6A, Penson Valley 6A. Beat Carroll by 20-something.
And Carroll.
Then they beat Barter County. Beat Clay Chalkville, another 6A program. Lost to Mountain Brook by 3. A 6A program. Spanish Forts, the 6A program, they beat by 3. Beat Barter County again. Beat some team out of Georgia. Lovejoy, Georgia. Where's Lovejoy?
I want to say over there near Bonnef. Well, shoot, no. I don't know where Lovejoy is from.
And then they beat Lee of Montgomery. Charles Henderson did by 8. Lee of Montgomery won the state championship, I think, last year, maybe the year before.
Yeah.
And then they beat Dothan last night. They'll play Cottonwood is their next opponent.
Oh boy! Now Cottonwood's a small school.
When did they play in Troy? I'm gonna go watch them.
They're liable to score 100 points against Cottonwood.
It says a neutral game, non-region. It says Monday night. Actually, they play today at 12:30 p.m. So maybe they're playing today.
You can walk right over there and see that game. That's right.
Huh.
I tell you what, it's going to be some exciting basketball, and I know a lot of people are excited about watching them.
Well, we know Charles Henderson's got a real good basketball team. Pike Liberal Arts, we assume, got a real good basketball team. I don't know about Pike County and Goshen, but we'll find out.
After this, Charles Henderson will play a post-Christmas tournament in Montgomery. They'll play Carborough, Montgomery next Monday night, and they'll play Lanier the next night.
Oh boy,
Wow.
I tell you what, and that's where you get good. You play the best teams, and
I don't ever remember a Charles Henderson basketball team playing this tough a basketball schedule.
And I'll tell you
Then
something.
later in the year, they travel to Birmingham again to play Vestavia Hills.
Oh my gosh!
Mike, let me ask you this: how many games have Charles Henderson already played?
No.
They've already played 15 games. How many count them?
Yeah, a lot.
They played 11. They're 8-3.
11 games pre-season or pre-conference play.
My wife says that the players are real behaved and conduct themselves well, so that's a compliment to Coach Faison.
Yeah.
And they dress well. She says they have blazers and white shirts, and they wear little orange bow ties when they travel.
Well, that's great. That's great.
So they look good, look sharp.
That's
I'm
great.
looking at Shelton State, Bernie kid out of Pike County Hospital, big 6'9" kid that won the state championship in Pike County. He's leading scorer at Shelton State. He's averaging 14 and a half a game. And I was also looking at their assistant coaches. You know who their assistant coach is Eddie McCarter.
Oh, God. Really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
What, former Charles Henderson coach?
Yeah, assistant
What?
coach at Shelton State.
Wow, man, Coach, he was my old football coach. He was on the staff of the state championship football team. He was the quarterback's coach. So Coach McCarter and I are good buddies. Yeah. But he was a great
all-time winningest coach in Texas Arlington. You know, Coach Cross played for him there, but he's an all-time winningest coach, and he coached at West Alabama for a little while as well. There.
He coached basketball at Charles Henderson for probably about 7 years. Great teams.
All right, let's go on. Let's take a break. Let Santa get us out of here on break.
I'm going to talk about some old Charles Henderson basketball players when we come back.
There's old Santa getting at you, getting ready for Christmas. And I tell you, I don't know about this guy, but he likes to do this. Oh, that's so cool. That old Santa, he can get it, can't he, from Texas. We'll be back to Today in L.A. right after this.
It's the Big Finish pre-owned sales event. 120 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. $2.5 million in inventory. Starting at $2,995. Down payments as low as $29. And payments starting at just $99 a month. Shop at PremierTroy.com or come see us. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
A personal touch. A high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
It's the Big Finish event going on now at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save up to $10,000 on new Ram 1500 or new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Save up to $10,000 during the Big Finish event at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Yes, sir. Get 'em, Santa. And ladies and gentlemen, very important as you go out shopping today, make sure to shop Troy for Christmas. Those taxes come back and serve us in so many ways.
Support our local businesses.
Make sure to support your local businesses and leave those taxes in Troy.
And not just Troy, but Ozark and
That's right.
Enterprise and Dothan.
And of course, we appreciate Santa being on hand today. And of course, we're getting ready for Christmas, so you'll hear a little bit of this all the way up through Wednesday. We plan on being here Wednesday morning, and then we're off for Christmas. We're going to do our picket. We're going to finish our picket show tomorrow right here on this show. So it should be a lot of fun getting ready
tomorrow.
for
I want to tell you the big songs that have a day in them. West Side Story is tonight. Annie is tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. I love the movie Annie. I love the songs anyway. And then it's not a movie, but the Beatles and John Lennon had a song called Yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
So you've got yesterday, tomorrow, and tonight. There might be some others. The things that my mind comes up with.
No telling.
That's all because I went to see West Side Story and I had the song Tonight.
You know, you have had a good impression. Did you go to that Enterprise Theater?
Mm-hmm. First time ever.
Tell us about that high school theater. Somebody told me it holds 1,500 people.
Well, this was the movie theater.
The movie theater. Now you ought to see the high school.
Well, I bet it's not. I hear their high school. Everything about the high school is nice. I hear, but the movie theater was big. But what's unique about it is you have lazy boy recliner chairs, where just like you have in your den for everybody, big, thick.
Yeah.
And then you have tables that you can pull over your lap. If you have ever seen,
is one of those that you can drink in? They have alcohol.
not that I know of. We didn't.
Well, quickly, I want to add to this. We need a new motel, and it looks like we're getting a motel, but somebody told me that it's not the same kind of motel that we normally see. I want to see a 200-room motel.
I just passed one on 98 heading into Panama City Beach on Tom Strada. There's a home.
What's the name of the place?
It's Home something sweet by Hilton, but it's a really nice hotel.
I mean, is it a hotel? Is it a hotel, or what's the deal on it?
It's a hotel, home suite. I think it's what it's called.
But it's not going to be. They're not going to rent just by the week though, or anything like that.
No, it's a Hilton hotel. It's 4 stories. It's not.
Well, we're exciting about it because the more hotels we get, the more programs and attractions we get to have right here in town. You know, Troy University is constantly bringing in large groups of people, but a lot of times they don't have enough rooms to stay, so they stay in Greenville or Dothan or Ozark.
Softball tournaments, baseball
right.
tournaments. You know, we've lost the AISA triple header. Yeah. We've lost the regional high school basketball tournaments. But you said that Troy just didn't want to fool with all that work.
A lot of people have said that. It is.
That is a big deal. It's a lot of work.
I want to mention that today at 12:30 you can watch this Charles Henderson team play basketball. I might ride over there to take a look at shorts. Everybody's talking to me about shorts and Tay Knott's the big center, and I want to take a look at these.
Well,
guys.
I've been hearing.
I can't figure out if that game's in Troy though or in Cottonwood.
No, and they wouldn't be played in Cottonwood. I don't believe. You ever been to Cottonwood, Mike?
Yeah, could be.
Downtown Cottonwood.
They got a gym.
That's where the Coachmans were from.
Yeah, exactly. The great Coachman.
They have a gymnasium in Cottonwood, so it could be played in Cottonwood.
I'll tell you another big high school game today is Brantley at Elba. They play 3 games, girls and boys. The game starts at 5:30, so that'll be a big game.
Of course, we're not even talking about Alabama getting ready for Cincinnati in the playoffs. Not a whole lot of information coming out of Tuscaloosa. I know Alabama's experimenting with a few other defensive backs, trying to get some guys ready. They've lost Josh Jobe. Another one, their defensive backs, Armour Davis has been injured as well. So Alabama could do 2 starters there. Then Mechie, a wide receiver, is out for the year. Alabama's got to replace them with some more 4- and 5-star guys that have been not getting a lot of playing time. I mean, kind of concerning to me, right? What do you think?
Very concerning. When you lose, cornerbacks are the most important players on the field, in my opinion. And when you lose Josh Jobe, who started for 2 years, pretty good cornerback, and Armour Davis, and then you saw Kool-Aid, it's got the funny name, the freshman. Kool-Aid was burned over and over in the Georgia game, and if he wasn't burned, you got a pass interference call. So Alabama is really, really vulnerable. If Armour Davis is not 100% and can't play, I don't know what Alabama's going to do. And then you tell me there is no way you're not going to miss John Mechie because he is a competitor, Mike Amos, and a great player.
Well, let me say,
you got to hope Billingsley finally will step up to the guy he was last year. I mean, he caught a big 4th and 7 on that last job against Auburn. I think maybe he caught 1 ball against Georgia, but I mean, he was phenomenal prospect to start the season. A lot of guys thought, a lot of people thought he'd be, go to the NFL draft after this season. But, he had that horrible game against A&M where he dropped a lot of passes right in his hands and dropped a couple of passes that would have kept the drive going late in the game. He's a guy I feel like got to step up.
Good point. If he could play anything where like he played at the end of last year, that's Alabama's solution. But he's just a different player. You're right.
I've got a correction I got to make.
Matchup nightmare.
Yeah. I've got a correction. I've got to make a couple of corrections. First of all, Charles Henderson's playing in a tournament. They're playing Cottonwood, but they're playing in the Thelma Kitchen Lake City Classic in Eufaula.
Oh, okay.
And of course, the other game is Enterprise at Central of Phoenix City. No, excuse me. Boys game is Carroll and versus Booker T. Washington. And the final game is going to be played tonight, Bullock County versus Eufaula. But they could end up playing Eufaula in this tournament, Mike.
All right. Here is Steve gave us this press release about Turkeys from Heaven. I'll read it. 2 days away, please make plans to volunteer at Turkeys from Heaven on Wednesday, December 22nd. That's definitive. Bring your whole family and friend. It truly is a special day serving Pike County and surrounding counties. 400 families will receive a food basket containing a fresh cooked turkey, ingredients to make a green bean casserole, bag of rolls, can of cranberry sauce, and a dessert. Help us spread some Christmas cheer. All right, here's what you can do.
Do they have dressing? Did they say dressing?
Nope.
Okay.
Here's the way they want you to help. Bring desserts to the Cattlemen's Building on Tuesday, December 21st from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's tomorrow. So if you've got a dessert that you'd like to bring it to the Cattlemen's Building tomorrow beginning at 8 o'clock all the way through 5 o'clock. Volunteer by preparing baskets on Wednesday, December 22nd at 9 a.m. at the Cattlemen's Building. So they need people to prepare all these baskets. A lot of people.
At least 400 of them.
Well, they're gonna box 400 meals, so they need.
Yeah.
What would you say? They need at least 40 people
Yeah, that's right. They need a lot of help
to do that. Then to deliver meals starting at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. A lot of the 400 meals are going to be delivered. So volunteers are, God bless you, are much needed. So get up with the folks who are doing Turkeys from Heaven and help this wonderful cause.
Yeah, no question about it. Wonderful.
Last time I saw
Thank you, Steve.
I saw pictures of Steve Camp over the weekend. He was in Chicago. That guy was everywhere.
Steve Camp is in Chicago.
And he helps. He'll be there at 4 o'clock in the morning cooking these turkeys. God bless Steve.
Does that mean we won't see you in the morning, Steve? You mean we won't be able to see you bright and early in the morning?
No, Wednesday you won't be able
Oh, Wednesday, okay. We might have to shut it down.
But I'll tell you one thing, though. Steve
Okay.
is probably up at 4 o'clock most mornings. 3:30.
Well, and again, these desserts are very important too. And if you don't make them, you can go to these grocery stores and buy it. Like Piggly Wiggly's got some of the best cakes in the world.
That's right.
And they can go by and get something like that and take it to the Cattlemen's Building, like you said, on Tuesday, December 21st, from 8 to 5. So we'll talk about this again tomorrow too on our show. And of course, we appreciate Premier Jason Gregory and all the great folks at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks on the bypass. They want to take time out today, ladies and gentlemen, to wish each and every one of you a happy and a Merry Christmas from the staff and the management of the Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks on the bypass.
Yeah, Troy basketball will have one more game before the break. They'll play on the road. Tough place to play against Mercer. The Mercer Bears will play on Wednesday night.
Is that the man? Is that the man?
Yeah, the man. Mercer. I think Mercer's 8-3 on the year. Troy's 8-4. Of course, they've played a lot of teams that are not very good to get to 8-4, but best record Troy's had by far since Coach Cross has been there going into conference play.
Mike,
So,
this game should be televised, don't you think?
I don't know if that game will be on ESPN Plus or not. I'd have to look and see. But, how long does it take to get to Macon, Georgia? From
You know what?
Georgia?
I would love to go to that game. I would love to go to that game. I really would. If somebody wants to take me, I'd love to go.
Macon, Georgia.
Yeah.
The Troy women will play again today against Jackson State. So that's kind of what's going on with Troy basketball.
Are they playing Jacksonville State or Jackson State? What did you say?
Jackson State, where Deion Sanders and his team got whipped over the weekend by South Carolina State.
Well, we need to highlight again that the Troy University women beat Mississippi State and have a chance to win this tournament.
Are they still playing in the tournament?
I think they got.
Yeah, they play their last game today against Jackson State.
Have they won every game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Troy's beaten Mississippi State, and they've beaten South Carolina State, and they'll play Jackson State today.
Oh man, that's
South
great.
Carolina State. Isn't that who beat Jackson State in football?
Yeah, they're from the MEAC conference. So the MEAC conference is so much better than the SWAC in football.
I think that's where Biden spoke. He went to South Carolina State and spoke. That's the speech where he kept calling Kamala Harris the President of the United States. Poor Biden.
The crazy thing is that Jackson State 11-1 in SWAC. They go play South Carolina State, who was 6-5. South Carolina State beat them by 21 points.
See?
Just tells you the difference in football in the SWAC and the MEAC.
Yep.
No question about it. And of course,
Troy's biggest win ever, probably, I guess, non-conference. Biggest win against a Power 5 school in Mississippi State. Troy won 73-66 over the weekend.
73. They beat them bad, didn't they?
7 points.
Well, they didn't beat them bad. They beat them by 7, but huge win for Troy basketball.
Yeah. Right, Rice. I've got to.
Mississippi State was in the Final Four 2 years ago.
I saw where Tennessee was on TV playing Stanford women's basketball. And who was the Troy transfer that went to Tennessee?
Alexis Dye.
I wonder how she did.
Yeah, I wonder if she's even starting. Do you think she's starting for them?
Yeah, she's averaging 10 points a game.
Oh, really, golly, no question. Yeah.
Well, I think how good Troy would be if she hadn't transferred. God.
I know it, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very complimentary of the Troy Messenger. What a great job they're doing under the direction of Bobby Rice.
Yes.
You tell Bobby Rice that he's got a good-looking newspaper here. He's got good things on it, and that's not very good things. We're, of course, still talking about.
Charged with attempted murder. No,
Yeah,
that's not good.
but I tell you what, though, that newspaper is really done well, and I think should receive a lot of accolades.
Well, they're getting all the important community news in there, and they've got pretty color pictures.
Well, and I'll tell you one thing right now.
And they got
how
good premier
about
ads.
saving $10,000 on a brand new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram truck today, and of course they've got their big Christmas sale. Premier does, and as everybody says this, everybody talks about dealing, and really we've got a tremendous number of used cars and trucks to choose from, and of course you go out on the lot and they let you look and without being gouged by different salespeople.
Being bothered by
But then once you want to start talking to a salesperson,
You're
you
serious.
just turn your head and they'll be there.
That's good.
So how many subscribers would you say writes for the Troy Messenger? How many papers do they have to print every day?
Well, they only print twice a week now, and then the Wednesdays goes to everybody in Troy and probably Brundage and Goshen. I tell you what, I used to print at the Troy Citizen when we had a free paper that went to everybody. It was about 13,000 papers.
Yeah.
That broke me after a while.
Let me hit something.
But then when we went to paid subscriber at the Troy Citizen, this was people that I said it was too expensive to do the free paper. because I didn't sell the big ads that you have to do that. And then I sold subscriptions dirt cheap, but still you had to pay to subscribe. And I had a little over 3,000 paid subscribers for the Troy Citizen.
That was quite. I want to mention the pre-owned vehicle starting at $29,995, and over 120 used cars, SUVs, and trucks. How about this? And this is $29 down and $99 per month, and you can drive away in a beautiful used car or truck from Premier. $2.5 million in inventory. They've got the cars. You got to go out there and save money today. Remember this very well, right here during the Christmas. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
You know, you talk about newspapers. Once upon a time, just about everybody subscribed to the Montgomery Advertiser or the Dothan Eagle, but really the Montgomery Advertiser and Troy.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
I would say 1 in 100 people subscribe to the Montgomery Advertiser. People would have a Troy Messenger paper route or a Montgomery Advertiser paper route. We've talked about the Davis family, which has had some tragedies and losses lately. I remember Mark Davis had the Montgomery Advertiser paper route.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he would have to go somewhere, he would train my brother Rush, who would be his fill-in. And then I would help Rush. It was a big deal to do a paper route.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I hope everybody's got a good heater. It's going to be really cold for the next few days. It's going to be in the 39 tonight,
boy.
39 tomorrow, 36 Wednesday. Thursday morning, the low Thursday night is 30 degrees. Friday night, 39 degrees. It's going to be chilly.
Oh, boy. Hey, speaking of chili, I think I'll make some chili.
Yeah, do you make it?
I'll make some chili. Oh, it's easy to make. I love to make chili.
My wife made some potato soup yesterday. Between she went to church, then she made us some potato soup, and then she took the kids to the Christmas event on the square. Isn't that a great wife?
Boy,
And that potato soup was so good.
I wish that I had some of it right now. Delicious. Did he sprinkle bacon? Yeah, I like that.
Potato soup is, you don't hear about it as much, but it's good.
Yeah. Well, we've had a great show today, and of course we appreciate.
How's the white lights looking on Crow Hill? Did you cut down a lot of trees for everybody and get everybody?
Make sure. Let's just say this: I think out of 98 houses, only 2 do not have lights in the front yard.
Y'all got 98 houses in Crows Hill?
Yes, sir.
Well, why don't you build 2 more houses and get 100?
You got 2 branches, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what. All it is pride. It's pride in having something unique, and that is unique to Troy. Is to have everybody putting those white lights in the